What is a smart contract? A smart contract is an electronic contract registered in the form of a program code that independently executes the actions laid down in it, depending on the given conditions. A smart contract can't be changed after uploading to the blockchain network. A smart contract can perform any operations laid down in it in advance automatically, without human intervention. Example: car purchase and sale transaction. The buyer transfers the entire amount for the car to the address of the smart contract. From now on, the deal can be considered open. The contract code stipulates the conditions, that the contract will transfer this amount to the seller's wallet, only when the buyer is appointed as the owner of this car in the electronic database. Such a transaction will be considered successful, and both parties to the transaction will receive what they wanted. If something goes wrong, and the transaction period goes beyond the agreed framework, the amount will be returned to the buyer's wallet. During the transaction, both the buyer and the seller had a guarantor, in the form of an invisible assistant, a smart contract. The contract didn't take a penny for its service, and completed it quickly, safely and as transparently as possible for everyone. Project advantages based on smart contracts. The main advantage of projects based on smart contracts is that the conditions are predefined and can't be changed. Anyone can see the code on which the smart contract is written. The code is in the public domain and contains all the conditions and details, like any paper contract. The next advantage is an almost unlimited duration. A verified smart contract exists as long as the blockchain in which it is loaded exists. And finally, is autonomy. Smart contracts don't require intermediaries. All operations between process participants are performed automatically, without the participation of an administrator. What is the difference between a project based on the smart contract and various hypes and projects with a common cash desk? As you already know, one of the conditions for a project to work on a smart contract is its autonomy and immutability. And the role of the administrator is only to write the working conditions of this smart contract, and upload it to the network. Further, the interaction between the participants of this project takes place without the participation of the administrator, and it can't affect the movement of ETH coins between the participants' wallets, since the contract can only perform predefined functions in its code and nothing more. That is, if it is written in the smart contract code, that the currency is sent from the wallet of the first user, to wallet of the second user, then this is what happens. In projects, in which you transfer your coins to the administrator's wallet, and then wait for the accrual of passive income in percent, most often huge, which means that with a very high probability these percentages can only be received for a short period. You risk that the administrator will disappear at some point along with your coins, and coins of other participants. Or by the fact that the claimed huge percentage will very quickly deplete the general cash desk, administrator's wallet, and payments will also stop. In both cases, you will lose what you invested in this project. Now compare the conditions for participation in projects on smart contracts, and the conditions for participation in projects with a common cash desk. And make a decision for yourself in which projects, and on what conditions you want to participate. I add that projects on smart contracts have a different principle for the distribution of coins. Advantages: smart way. The number of partners in the team limited to 2 lines, this is 6 people. It is with them that you interact. Smart overflow system, first puts one partner to those who do not have a single. Smooth transitions between levels. When buying the next level, there is always a part of the profit from the sale of the previous one. Whereas, in other projects you give almost all the profit from the sale of the level, when you buy the next up, to level 3 or 4. The main advantage is that, in smartway you don't have penalties for missed time. For example, you bought the first level, and left for a year on a trip around the world, then returned, bought the level, and quietly started to work again. Not necessary pay time when you were absent.